Which house represents which body part, what diseases the native might have, what are the dashas that can bring health issues to the native, what are the remedies that the native can do to overcome the health issues that he or she may be experiencing. You will be learning all of this in this video, and we will be sharing more such videos. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned.
Now, how do we see the body parts? A lot of people might come to you asking questions that I have a lot of health issues, I have consulted a lot of doctors, I have sought medical advices, but it's not helping. Uh, a lot of time it happens because they have some karma which has made them go through those kind of sufferings, and you will be able to find them very strongly in their birth charts. So how do you see that? So the first house, which I was telling, that represents our cells, represents our facial features, our complexion, our brain, body structure, overall body structure, our hair. So our looks, the facial looks, are can be seen from the first house. The second house shows our face, teeth, and our right eye. So if you see that Ketu is placed in the right eye, or Sun is placed in the, sorry, not right eye, in the second house, and Sun is placed in the second house in debilitated sign, you can straight away assume or conclude that the person has eyesight issues, because that is what it strongly represents. You can also imagine these birth charts like this birth chart like your own body. The first house is your face, the second house right eye, the 12th house left eye. So it makes it easy. Rather than remembering, learning by heart, you can also understand it, which will help you in making quicker predictions and analysis when you start doing the readings. Similarly, if somebody has Saturn placed in the second house and Saturn dasha starts, if Saturn is not benefic in the birth chart, they will have dental issues at that time. So because teeth is represented by the second house, or if Saturn is placed in the 8th house, it is aspecting the second house. The 7th aspect of Saturn is on the second house. As soon as Saturn dasha or Sadesati will start, they might end up having dental issues. So that is how you can predict that in this dasha you might have some issues related to this body part, or if you have this issue, this is because of this planet, because you will see which house is being represented by that body part, which are the planets placed there, where the lord of that house is placed. So all that conclusively you will be able to see and conclude on that. After the eye and the face, we have our neck, throat, and shoulder area. So that is represented by the 3rd house. So in a lot of cases, people suffering from spondylitis will have the 3rd house afflicted. So if you see that somebody is going to get started into a dasha which is the lord of their 3rd house, or the planet placed in the 3rd house, if it's not benefic, if it's malefic, you can predict that they might have some issues related to their shoulders, neck pain, throat issues, frequent cold and cough, spondylitis. Those kind of issues will be very, very probable during the course of time, during the dasha of that planet. The 4th house represents our chest, heart, breasts, and lungs. So if somebody has heart attack kind of issues, breast cancer, asthma, those kind of issues are very well reflected from the 4th house. So you can see from there. The 5th house is for stomach, uterus, gallbladder. A lot of people who have digestive issues will have it reflected in their 5th house. So malefic Jupiter placed in the 5th house will give digestive issues, acidity issues. So all those kind of issues, if you see in the native, you have to check their 5th house for that. 6th house is for intestine, kidneys, operations, and accidents. So any issues in these, a lot of people might have kidney stones, or they might have some intestinal issues. So all those can be very well seen from the 6th house. 6th house is also the house of overall sickness also. So whenever you have any questions regarding sickness, first thing you will see the body part related thing, and secondly the 6th house, because 6th house also represents sickness. We will talk about it in the next slide. 7th house is about the urinary tract, excretory system, and the sexual organs area. So all of that is represented by the 7th house. You can also relate it with as I was telling you, one by one, if we are moving throughout our body. So that is how you can imagine, when you reach the center of the house, you reach the center of your body. So that area is represented by the 7th house. Eighth house, again, genital organs, chronic diseases. Chronic diseases like you have migraines, you have asthma, you have paralysis, all those kind of things. The chronic diseases are represented by the eighth house. The significator of eighth house is Saturn. And Saturn, a lot of people say, is a old planet, and anything related arthritis, all such diseases are represented by Saturn. So that is like how you can relate chronic diseases with the eighth house, because Saturn is the significator of that house. And the death and the reason of the death is also represented by the eighth house. Surgeries, operations are also represented by the eighth house. So somebody, if is going through the dasha of a planet which is placed in the eighth house or the lord of the eighth house, it's very likely for them to undergo a surgery during the duration of that dasha. So it's eighth house also represents surgeries. The ninth house represents hips and thighs. 10th house represents knee area, kneecaps. So a lot of people undergoing the dasha of the planets related to 10th house will start having knee pain. So sometimes we will not know why it has started happening suddenly, but that is because the dasha of that house would have started, which would have started giving. So I mean, during the course, duration of this course, it will talk about how to overcome these issues through the remedies, because sometimes you might not have some health issues, but it suddenly appears, and you, even though you are taking medical advice, it's not going on, but doing the remedies at that time helps. I have personally experienced this. Preeti is aware of it. Probably I discussed with her once about my sudden knee pain issues, and I got rid of that just by doing the remedies of the planets that was impacting it. 11th house represents our left ear and our legs, and the 12th house, our left eye, as I was telling you, and it's also responsible for death, that is end of everything, moksha, and sleeping disorders. So this is how you can see which body part being represented by which house, what is the health issue that the native is having, or you yourself are having, or somebody in your family is having. How you can check that you can decide if you have this information with you.
In the next video, we will be talking about the different relationships represented by different houses. So you will be able to learn about what kind of relationships you will share with your father, mother, spouse, children, friends, and what could be the remedies to improve your relationships in these cases. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any such videos that will be uploaded in near future. Also, if you would like to go through the whole course content, do drop me an email at indianvedichouse@gmail.com. Thank you.